Today on Judge Porter.
Shows here that you were speeding.
He didn't say good morning. He didn't say anything. He's just like, and I'm like, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. And then he was like, registration and driver's license, please.
I'm sorry about the inconvenience, but I mean, for Christ's sake, some respect. I think I've earned it.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Porter is presiding. Court is now in session.
Everyone, please be seated. Thank you so much. We're here for case number 6119, City of Mango Park versus Amelia West. Ms. West, can you come to the podium? Do we have a representative from Mango Park here? Anyone from Mango Park? Okay. Ms. West, it appears that you're here for a traffic citation. Am I reading this correct?
Yes,
correctly?
you are, Your Honor.
And it shows here that you were speeding.
Well, that's what he came up with, that I was speeding. But
Okay,
I
well,
was not.
Let me ask you a question. Well, I don't have the officer here right now, so how about you just tell me what's going on with this case?
Okay, so on the day in question, I'm at a red light. The red light turns green. Before I can even step on the gas, this officer's standing. It was school zone time, and he's standing there. He's telling me, to pull over.
Oh, man. Okay, hold on. So the speeding here is for a school zone violation?
Yes.
Okay, please continue, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm at the red light, and I look out my peripheral vision. The light turns green, and he's telling me to move over. So I pulled over, and I saw an entourage of cars, about 5 or 6 cars just standing there. And I'm like, well, what's going on? It looked like it was some kind of sting or something. So when I move over, he comes over, I roll down the window, and I'm looking at him.
What do you mean
me.
what is that?
You tell me. He didn't say good morning. He didn't say anything. He's just like, and I'm like, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. And then he was like, registration and driver's license, please. Okay, what is going on here? So finally, I just asked him, I said, is everything okay? And he says, I asked you for your driver's license and your registration, please. I took off my seatbelt, and he says, hold it right there. So now I'm trying to figure out what is going on. So he left. He went to go tend to the other cars he had there. And when he comes back, he says, oh, you're not wearing your seatbelt either. Sir, you saw me take off my seatbelt because you asked me for my registration and my driver's license. And he continued to be rude. And he was saying, you say another word, you're going to be arrested. I said, arrested for what? He said, because I asked you for your registration and you're talking a little bit too much. He was just rude. You know how long I've been a citizen of Mango Park? Never been in a courtroom, never been in trouble.
I'm just curious, did he issue you a citation for the seatbelt as well?
Absolutely. At the end, he left me there for a long time. And he walked away and he came back and he said, and here's your seatbelt. So I'm waiting for the speeding ticket. Didn't get a speeding ticket. I got a seatbelt violation.
Wait, hold up. Wait, stop. You said that he stopped you for speeding through a school zone, correct?
Correct.
But he didn't issue the school zone citation. He gave you the citation for the seatbelt. And the only reason you took your seatbelt off is because he had stopped you. And while you were parked, you just took your seatbelt off.
Parked. The car not even moving. Parked. And he comes back and gives me a seatbelt violation. Like I was, like he saw the car rolling or something. The car's parked, and I get a seatbelt.
You know
violation.
what? I wish the other officer was here to explain this, but
I think,
Yeah.
Your Honor, is that what he realized was the school zone, the time had expired, so he came up with something. He came up with something because the car was parked. And it was
Officer Santos, is this your case?
Your Honor, how you doing? Good day.
Officer Santos, can I ask you a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Why are you late to my courtroom, sir?
Sir, it's been a rough morning thus far. I apologize for any inconvenience.
I had a rough morning.
If you could bear
I
with-
had to help get my children ready for school, and I got here on time. Did you get here on time?
I got
ma'am?
here on time.
Did you have a
Welcome.
rough morning?
Had a rough morning.
She's here on time. Why can't you be here on time?
Because
the
he
kids?
probably was out
I
giving,
came very close to dismissing your
giving
case.
out more tickets today. That stopped you from
Ma'am,
getting
if
here.
you-
Oh,
if you-
ma'am.
Are we
ma'am.
allowing this here?
No, we're not. But I think that you owe this court an apology for being late, sir.
I apologize, Your Honor. How are the kids?
The kids are fine.
Good to
Kids?
hear.
They made it to school on time.
Good to hear. If you could just bear
So
with me.
I was getting ready to dismiss this case, but since you're here, I have Miss West. She's already given testimony to this thing. I would love
Yes.
to hear your side of the story.
I have all the information here. Just bear with me for a few minutes so I can get
Okay,
And
to
now
it.
take
we
your
got
time.
to wait on you
Ma'am,
to get.
ma'am,
okay,
ma'am,
okay,
ma'am,
okay.
ma'am.
This is what I'm talking about.
Ma'am.
Doesn't seem to me like I'm going to have to say anything.
No.
That
no,
behavior is any
no,
indication.
No. Officer Santos, please. I need to hear your side of this story.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay.
One
So-
second. I'm
Miss
sorry.
West.
That's how he left me in
Miss
the car
West.
too. I'm sorry.
Proceed, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, Ms. West here was, she was driving 20 miles over the speed limit in a school zone.
Okay.
Let's start there. And you know how it is.
I understand.
If there is one thing that we do not tolerate in Mango Park, it's people speeding in school zones.
That is correct, sir.
So she was driving 20 miles over the speed limit.
Okay.
Okay?
My car was stopped.
Ma'am, you've had your
Miss West.
opportunity. If I can maybe get into my
Please.
side of the story here. Thank you.
Continue, Officer Santos.
Somebody-
Thank you, Your Honor. So she drove by. I caught it at 20 miles over the speed limit.
Okay.
I proceeded to tell her to pull to the side, which she did. And then I went over to the car, asked her for her license and registration. If she was expecting a specific bedside manner of some sort, that's her problem for having any expectations. I was doing my job.
You did not
understand.
ask
I
me.
asked-
You came over
Ma'am,
there
ma'am,
doing jumping jacks.
I asked you for the
You were
required-
doing
Miss West,
jumping jacks.
Miss West, if you continue this behavior, I will hold you in contempt of court. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. No more interruptions from you, please.
Thank you, Judge Porter. I appreciate
Continue.
you. So, if she had any expectations about my behavior in any way or how a police officer should behave, that's her problem for having any expectations. In life, you never have any
You
expectations.
talking to him.
Ms. West.
Okay,
I'm talking to you.
Talk to him.
I'm talking to both of
Officer
you.
Santos. No, we're not going to do that. Talk to me, not to her. You already talked to her on the traffic stop. Continue, please.
Okay. Again, if she had any expectation about the way a police officer should behave, that's her problem for having an expectation. I was merely doing my job.
Yes, sir.
I saw a person driving 20 miles over the speed limit where our children go to school,
Okay.
and I did my job. I did what Mango Park pays me to do.
And I'm
Nothing
not
more,
debating it.
nothing less.
I just want to know what happened with this particular traffic stop. Just the particulars, please.
Okay. So when I approached her to ask for license and registration, on top of the fact that she was doing, again, I'll have the court know, 20 miles over the speed limit, she wasn't wearing her seatbelt.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I went back to my buddies who were behind me and I let them know the situation. I perceived that I was potentially dealing with a very dangerous individual who, one, was driving 20 miles over the limit, not wearing her seatbelt, doesn't seem like an upstanding citizen to me, if you know what I'm saying. So I told my buddies, back me up just in case. Went back to my car, ran her information, went back to her, gave her a ticket for speeding and for not wearing her seatbelt. And that's
Okay.
everything that
All right,
happened,
okay.
nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. But how did you get to the part where you said that she was a danger? I'm a dangerous individual. I'm missing that part. You said she was dangerous?
I mean, Your Honor, we're talking about an individual who's not wearing her seatbelt and driving 20 miles over the speed limit in a school zone.
Okay, I got that.
How is that not a dangerous individual?
Okay, I got that. How did you come up with the part where she was dangerous? I'm not understanding that part. Dangerous?
Yes, Your Honor.
How-
I mean, you're an officer yourself. You know what I'm talking about.
I understand that, but I understand her driving in a reckless manner, but I'm not understanding how that equates to her being a
Just
dangerous individual.
Her overall vibe. Driving over the speed limit, not wearing a seatbelt, tremendous attitude, super defensive. Anything I said, she had an issue with. Just one of those people that are out there. You know what? You're an officer yourself.
Okay,
You know what I'm talking about. Do I need to spell it out?
Here's the problem. She says, and I got it here, that you did give her a ticket for the seatbelt. You did not issue her a ticket for the speeding.
Oh, I believe I did.
Oh, I believe
Your
you
Honor.
don't, because I don't have that.
Nope.
Allow me one
She
second,
says
please.
that that's the reason that you stopped her, but she was not cited as given a citation for that.
I'm
sir.
sorry.
That's okay.
It's
Take
here.
your time.
It's here somewhere.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. You're running late, and you had to get your paperwork in order. I get it.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know how he clocked me at 20 miles per hour. I'm at a red light. He's standing right there. The light turns green. I'm in the middle of making a right turn, and out of my peripheral vision, he's telling me to move over.
Okay.
And I moved over. Where did he clock this? He was on foot. He had nothing in his hand. There was no one there but the 4 or 5 other cars that he stopped.
Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Do you have a copy of that citation, sir?
I should have one. I'm sorry again, Your Honor. It's been a rough day. I apologize. I believe I have a copy of the citation, and if it's not here, I definitely have it in my car. Could I step out for a second?
No, we're in trial right now. You're supposed to have your materials ready to go right now.
Well, I mean,
you know this, Officer
all the
Santos.
information was forwarded to headquarters.
Well, what was forwarded was the citation for the seatbelt. We have that. We don't have anything about the citation, which brings up a question, because that seems to be your probable cause to issue the citation that she received to begin with.
The same exact thing happened a couple of months ago with the other case. Remember that case that we did together a while back?
What case?
And headquarters didn't process the information on time. That could be one
Okay.
of these. Can you call for a second and verify?
No, that has to
I
be
swear
right
to
here
you,
in front
I
of me.
Your Honor,
When I
you know
say
me.
let's go, it needs to be right here.
You know me. I
do.
I have maybe made a few mistakes in my career, but I take this job
But
very
the
seriously,
problem
and I
is,
promise you that I
Officer
send that
Santos,
information.
Officer Santos, the evidence is not here in front of me. You're not prepared for court. That's one thing. But the citation that you allegedly issued for speeding is also your probable cause to stop her and give her the other citation for the seatbelt.
I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So case 6129, Antonia Tess, speeding 20 miles, school
sorry,
zone,
what?
and
Wait.
writing it in?
What's the case number?
6129, Antonia
Let me
Tess.
see that.
No.
6129.
Yes, sir.
And what's the defendant's name?
Antonia Tess.
Antonia Tess.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
That's my
There you
name.
go. There you go.
Antonio
There you go.
Tess is my
You
name.
can go. You can
As
go
far
back.
as I
I'm
know.
just curious, sir. What?
Yes, sir.
Give me the description of the motor vehicle on your that you stopped.
2016 Toyota Corolla.
Okay, 2016 Toyota Corolla.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime, sir. I'm sorry about the inconvenience.
That's
once
okay.
again.
That's all right. Ma'am, do me a favor.
Yes.
Tell him your name.
My name is 3 syllables. Amelia West. And
Is
I
it-
drive
And the vehicle, please.
I drive a C250 Mercedes Benz.
What's going on
Hold
here?
on, hold on, hold on.
Are you?
Oh no!
Hold on.
No, 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 no.
Let me see
It's-
your
Wait,
ID.
no,
You
no,
wanna
wait,
see-
wait,
see?
wait, hold on,
You wanna
hold
see
on,
my
hold
ID?
on. Because the citation that she received has that name and it has that vehicle description. It also has the same case number I have, 6119, which is different from the case number that you have. Sir, you are here for the wrong case.
And you make it up as you go along. And
Ma'am,
just what you did when
I
you
am not
stopped
making
me.
anything
Ma'am,
Oh, you made
ma'am,
it up.
Miss West,
I'm
please.
trying. This is not usually my temperament.
Miss
but
West, please.
Keep talking. You're going to be held in
Officer
contempt.
Santos, Officer
Are you
Santos.
threatening me?
Are you seeing this? Your Honor, I'm sorry about the inconvenience, but I mean,
Oh my
for
gosh.
Christ's sake, some respect. I think I've earned it.
You have earned it. You have. But here's the thing, sir, you have the wrong documentation. Are you even supposed to be in this courtroom?
I guess I'm not, Your Honor, and I'm very sorry about the inconvenience.
Officer Santos, I do not know what time you're supposed to be in court for that particular case, but I highly recommend you find out what time you're supposed to be there, and you better skedaddle and get there.
Thank you, Judge Porter.
Don't be late
I'm
for
very
that
sorry
one.
about the inconvenience, ma'am.
Justice.
Oh my gosh. Miss West,
Yes, Your
clearly
Honor.
I have to dismiss this. I'm going to dismiss this case. The citation for the seatbelt violation.
So
'cause
I
the
will
officers
keep
are
my
here.
safe drivers. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with my
but Miss
license,
West,
'cause
I'm going to say this. In the future,
Yes,
if
Your
you
Honor.
find yourself in a courtroom before a judge,
Yes.
this is not the place to express your dismay with your opponent or the person who seems to have a different opinion than you are, because you come off as
I'm sorry.
no.
I really am.
I can't have you acting that way, man. You understand where I'm going with this?
I do, but when someone's clearly confused,
But that's my job
Yes,
to
it is.
determine
Yes, it
what's
is.
going
Yes,
on.
it is.
It's not your job. That's mine.
I was so happy that morning. I'm just going on.
And you know what? I was happy this morning before you two got here.
I know.
So
I know.
your case
I
is
didn't mean to
dismissed.
make you.
Your case is dismissed. Go home.
Okay. Are you being mean to me?
Bye. Oh, gee.
First of all, I want to apologize to the court if my attitude seemed to be, not respectable in the courtroom. But I was upset, and I do thank the court for finding to dismiss the case. I'm a little nervous, but I've never been in court before. I have a safe driver's license, and I'm glad that I can continue my safe driving record. But thank you, Judge Porter. And again, I apologize to the court.
I apologize to the Mango Park community and to Miss Miss Ness for any inconvenience that I may have caused her and taxpayer money. And Judge Porter, I'm sorry for wasting your time. And I hope in no way, shape, or form this reflects on my future employment with Mango Park. I'm sorry.